record. Welcome to Author Interviews on behalf of Radhaa Publishing House. My name is Lisa Littleton, and I have the honor of sitting down with Deo Palma today. Deo is a scholar, a writer, cultural advocate, community activist, spiritual practitioner, and devotee, and he is the author of Maharlika. And the word Maharlika is the name of the country that is also known as the Philippines. So it's so wonderful to sit down with you today. How are you doing, Deo?
Hi, Lisa.
Hey.
It's a good day, really, to have this interview with you. Thank you for the opportunity. And I hope that I could able to express about Maharlika, one of our main struggle in this country. Okay, so before that, I'm Deo Palma. I was born in southern Maharlika, which is Philippines today.
Yes.
And I had been working as a environmental activist and spiritualist. I consider myself because I was a monk for more than 20 years. Then after that, I came back to my country after traveling from different continents, working with the people who need, especially in Africa and South America. Well, of course, in Europe and in Southeast Asia. Presently, I'm working as a PAMB, Protected Area Management Board, in one of our protected landscape here in nearby Manila. Well, Maharlika is a very long story for us, but our struggle had been continuously for the last 23 years without stop. Because we believe that Maharlika is one of the most important things to happen in this country.
Yes.
So the word Maharlika becomes like not really well known, but introduced in the 1968 by some missionaries coming to our country, and they said that the pre-colonial name of the Philippines was Maharlika. So it was entertained after 10 years by one of our late senator, E.D. Lardy. That is why in 1978, he filed a bill in the Congress to change the name of the country Philippines to Maharlika, House Bill 195. And unfortunately, he was not able to succeed, because changing Philippines to Maharlika is really a huge task. Because as you know, Philippines is the only Christian country in Southeast Asia. And Maharlika doesn't sound like a Christian word.
Right.
But of course, it's a universal word. Maharlika, which means Maha means great and good. And Maha becomes Mahar when the great and good attributes can be found in the physical, mental, and spiritual level of the country or of the person. And Ik there means small container or small country, and A as a suffix refer to a motherland because it is a feminine gender.
Yes.
So Maharlika means a small country with great and noble spirits. So we, as advocates of Maharlika, we really would like to change the name of this country because Philippines to us is not a really good name. Philippines came from the word of King Philip II of Spain.
Yes.
And unfortunately, King Philip was not really a good king. He was one of the very bad king during his time. And he died with a venereal disease, And being a Filipino, representing King Philip, because you have no choice. If you say you are a Filipino, means you are representing the king of Spain that existed in the medieval era.
Right.
And it reflects to our identity. And this identity had been ridiculed, not even in our own country, but even around the world. This identity had been known as corrupt or not a very good.
Right.
You know, I experienced that also when I traveled in different continents of the world. When they see my passport as a Filipino, they have some really bad understanding of Filipinos in the Philippines.
Yes.
So we really want to liberate this country from Philippines to become Maharlika.
It is so beautiful. I think this task to change the name is really just one embodiment of the movement that is happening on the ground in the Philippines through all of these different
Yes.
cultural and community activations right now and movements right now. And the people of the Philippines, I know it's a nation constantly searching for Indigenous authenticity, spiritual identity, and radical transformation. And it is woven throughout your book. It brilliantly reflects the tensions and dynamics of leadership, community, culture, power, history, governance, and the future. So I'm curious to hear about your take on this book because I know you use an alternate view of history to help better understand this pre-colonial era of the Philippines. So what can you speak to in terms of your alternate view of history that you weave throughout this book to really paint the picture for the reader and also really challenge the reader?
Yeah, first of all, this book is really wanted to expose our true identity as Maharlikans. Okay, because for us, Maharlika is an identity crisis. It is an
Mhm.
exploitation at the same time. And without changing our identity, it's very hard to advance and develop. And this is why we have election every now and then, but it seems that our country is not progressing. Because
Mhm.
of, we believe as a spiritualist, I believe that of the karma that is like a chain.
Yes.
Uh, and as long that we cannot get free from these chains, the suffering of our people will continue. Even though they ask, why you want to change the country? There are so many problems, crimes, poverty, in some areas, hunger, you know, and many other things. Because this is the most important thing. Without changing the value and virtue or bringing back, you will not advance because people now are busy, very easy to be corrupted. And that is
Mhm.
why our economy is suffering because of that. It is well known.
Yes.
And the embodiment of Maharlika itself will help, will help our leaders who will carry this virtue to
Yes.
resist any temptation that will destroy or will become a hindrance to our progress and development. So this book tells about leadership and also our culture, tradition, and most of all is our spiritual potentiality as a nation. And I really hope that it will reach every corner of the world where Maharlikans, wherever they are and whatever they do, to understand that it's time for change. So the first change must be our identity. Without changing the mind, it is almost impossible to change anything.
Absolutely.
Eh, So, of course, I am very thankful and really very grateful to my editor-in-chief who really helps me a lot of, making this book presentable to Maya the Shaman and to my publisher, the Radhaa Publishing House. I'm really thankful. And of course, to you that giving so much time and effort to have the interview today. And I hope that this book will be published soon because we are also opening a Maharlika blog, which will be launched this month. I will anchor this blog at the same time. And the book is very important because you cannot tell everything or the details in few minutes or, very limited frame of time. So there are so many now expecting about the second
Well,
edition of the Maharlika in Church of Identity.
this is so wonderful. And your book and your words are so powerful in making these huge changes for your country. People need to get this book in their hands so that they can join in on your movement. Because it feels that this book is a complete embodiment of your values and what it really means to be a Maharlikan, which is intentional living, strategic innovation, spiritual and purpose action, living with purpose that is woven throughout your book. And I wanted to touch upon this lens that you write the book through, which is all about Prout, Prout. This is the progressive utilization theory. It's an alternative to corporate capitalism, communism, and neoliberalism. But you are giving real action plans here, how to make real change in your country rather than just having these grand visions. You're actually proposing a way to implement these beautiful changes in your vision. So can you speak to that as well, the progressive utilization theory?
Yes, because I was working as a Youth Federation Secretary in Southeast Asia for progressive utilization theory. And I have seen that this actually not a theory anymore. This is like a technology.
Yes.
How to end poverty in third world countries, how to make innovative and resilient cities and countries around the world. But of course, first and foremost, we advocate, especially in the third world country, the guarantee of the five necessities of life, such as food, shelter, medicine, education, and clothing. Because for Maharlika, for example, we have everything to provide to our citizens so that they can live like American standard of living economically. But it does not mean that this is a dole out. That, oh, you come to the government and the government will just give you your food, clothing, medicine, education, and shelter.
Right.
They have to work. So first thing and foremost, there must be a meaningful employment. And we have that capacity to give employment to the local people by, for example, instead of exporting finished products, we have to, instead of exporting raw materials, we have to export finished products. So it creates a lot of employment. And the industries must be localized. For example, the raw materials is located in Mindanao, for example. So the industry must be there. And around the industries, hundreds of cooperatives. So in this way, the people will have their own, livelihood at the same time and source of income.
It's beautiful.
Then, of course, you cannot live without others. So we will import things which we don't produce.
Right.
But things that we have, we will export it in finished products.
Wonderful.
Like, for example, we have plenty of iron now, but still we're importing nails from China. Why?
Right.
Why we cannot make our own industry of first-class nails?
Wonderful. Yes, it's so inspiring to hear this perspective and the hard work that you're doing day in, day out for the people of your country. And I know that you are doing so much work with the local communities. Is there anything you'd like to share about the work you're currently doing or the project that you're really spearheading right now?
Yeah, actually, more than 20 years ago, there are very few Maharlika organization, really an organization working for the change of name. Like the former Senator Eddie Ilardi, the Maharlika movement, and us, ang kasama, ang katipunan ng mga samahang Maharlika. But today, we went to the office of the National Commission for Indigenous Peoples. 82 organizations with Maharlika names are really now working in a different sector of the society.
Wow.
And even the government used the word Maharlika now openly, Maharlika Investment Fund.
Wow.
So Maharlika in the government, Maharlika in the opposition, Maharlika in the
Mm-hmm.
neutral field, it
Mm-hmm.
seems that the vibration and energy of Maharlika is really coming up. It will really
Yes.
manifest because this is a positive vibration.
Yes.
So everyone who will be vibrated by this Maharlika of thinking that I am great, we will liberate our nation from inferiority complex.
Mm-hmm.
Even myself before when I was traveling, I am ashamed to show my passport, that
Mm-hmm.
I was a victim. Then I
Mm-hmm.
realized, oh, this is deep rooted in the human psyche, this
Yes.
inferiority complex, this defeatist psychology, this
Mm-hmm.
passive mentality should be eliminated. And these are all the products of more than 333 years or 333 years of colonialism,
Yes.
this mental tragedy in our nation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So by being Maharlika, being great because you're saying that you are great, and
Yes.
that's why I was thinking why they could not call that Maharlika before. They called us natives or Indus.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they called us Maharlika, they will tell, hey, great, how are you? So they don't accept that we are great, those colonizers,
Yes.
those, invaders. And that is
Right.
why they try to cut off this Maharlika even in the page of history. And sadly, even our social studies in the high school, in the colleges, no more. We don't have social studies anymore. So you are really lost in the ocean about your past. One of our hero, or in fact our national hero, said that those who don't look back cannot reach this future. You know,
Oh,
those
it's
who
so
do not
powerful.
give respect the past, you cannot build any future. So bringing Maharlika back doesn't mean you are going back also to the cave or
Mm-hmm.
during the Stone Age, but the embodiment of value and virtue in the word itself is so powerful that it could really change the collective psychology of a nation, and
Absolutely.
that complexes will vanish, and we can move forward.
It's so powerful. It really is this transmutation of the collective consciousness and turning it into this powerful movement that you are really spearheading with Maya the Shaman and here at Radha Publishing House. It's this powerful movement that, like you said, it's seeping into all of these new areas, and so many people are getting behind it and embodying it because now is the moment. And it's important now more than ever that this book can be widespread, disseminated, and that this ideology can be adapted and embraced by the people. And so it's absolutely wonderful that your book is being published and everyone can read it and learn more and learn ways that they can help out and get their, support your boots on the ground projects and your local community and cultural projects as well. This is such a powerful movement that has so much energy behind it. And it's truly just it's wonderful to hear you spread this far and wide.
Yeah, thank you so much, really. That finally, this book after 10 years. Uh, I hope this is really the time that it will be printed. My first book,
Yes.
I don't have the copy here, but uh, also took 10 years before I was able to publish. And the second one, another 10 years. All my life, all my youth,
Now
everything,
it's time. Now
all
it's
about
ready to be
all
born.
about Maharlika.
It's so great. Now is
Yeah,
the moment for it. And I
because
know,
I believe in the power uh, that uphold this Maharlika word.
yes,
The word is a power because once a nation, 150 million will start thinking, I am great, or we are Maha, we are great, we are Maharlika, we are great and
yes,
noble, we are good people with good virtue, it will vibrate. I believe in
Yes.
vibration. I believe in energy and the frequency, and
Hmm.
it will vibrate every living souls, not only in
Yes.
this nation, but I think it will even touch everyone in this planet.
I
You
agree.
know,
Yes,
I
it
don't
is
know
uplifting.
which nation is thinking about so much that they will become a great nation by educating themselves.
Yes, it starts from
Because
within
a
and
word is powerful.
permeates.
Uh, that is why if they call you Maharlika, it affects your psychology, that you are a
Yes.
good person. So even our leaders, it will prohibit them to corrupt. No, you are Maharlika. You are not a corrupt leader. You
Hmm.
should, you know, refrain from using your political power to enrich yourself because
Wow.
it's contrary. Because,
It's
for example,
beautiful.
the word Judas or Hitler, no parents, no mother will give the name Judas or Hitler to his
Mm-mm.
daughter or to her son, because the word vibrates and it will create some kind of frequency. Then when you grow up, the child will grow up, become like that. That is
Yes.
what happened to us. We grew up
Hmm.
like King Philip,
Yes.
you know.
Wow.
So
This
that
is a
kind
very
of
powerful movement.
energy, that kind of thing within ourselves, our DNA should be washed out by infusing the Maharlika consciousness.
Yes. Maharlika consciousness. That is powerful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that is why we don't even stop even a single day since we started this movement. Of course, we have a lot of difficulties, the imperfection of the movement, of the organization. We have no really funds. Nobody funded us. It's for personal. Every member here really put a little thing so that we will move and we can keep this movement for the last 23 years.
Wow.
We have projects supported by we have a mass base, and the massa, we call it the masses. They
Hmm.
are the one supporting our projects and
Hmm.
activities. And now we are working with the local government,
That's
and they
great.
start realizing that after all those years, we are still here even before the Maharlika becomes a little bit popular now. When nobody listen about Maharlika, when
Hmm.
everyone thinks that this is another cult, but now everyone wants to become Maharlika.
Yes. Now is the
Everyone
moment.
talking about Maharlika. Even
That's
at the
wonderful.
time of President Duterte, he wanted to change already the name Philippines to Maharlika, supported by the senators, not just, you know, talking.
Yes.
It never
Yes.
happens. Now the
But that's
present administration used the name Maharlika from Maharlika Investment Funds, and 82 organizations, big organizations, using the name Maharlika. I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen because change is the nature of the universe. Change is
yes.
the only permanent things in this universe. So we have to change, including
That's
our
right.
country's name. And it is not impossible. Around the world, there are more than 200 countries and territories change their name. In Southeast Asia, only the Philippines did not change the name. But
Hmm.
other countries, Myanmar,
Yes.
Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand,
Right.
they all already changed their name back to their own identity and get rid of the
Right. Pre-colonial
colonial
name
names. Only us, only Philippines still remains Philippines until today.
until now. Yes. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
time. Wow.
The first attempt to change the name of this country was in 1914 by no less than one of our revolutionary hero, General Artemio Ricarte. He
Mm.
advocates the change of his name, but he also could not change. And he was a general at the time, of
Wow.
the Spanish, no, during the in fact, the American era in the Philippines. They changed Filipinas, but still Philippines, and they have the same meaning.
Mhm. Well, it sounds like now is
Uh,
truly the moment, and that this
yeah,
is absolutely a part of your soul mission here, and you're well aligned to your path, and just there's so much energy behind this project and behind you and behind all the people right now, and it's truly powerful. I can feel it from all the way over here, and I'm just so excited that this book is getting out and that Radha at Radha Publishing has helped you, as well as Maya the shaman, to really get this out now when the world needs it most and when it's really going to pack the biggest punch. It feels like now is truly the moment. And is there
right.
anything, your experience working with Radha Publishing House, is there anything you'd like to add in for your
Yeah, I'm
experience?
really, really, again, thankful for their patience with me. And,
Mhm.
they really, I really appreciate them. But of course, they are really professionals. And I feel I have still many things in my heart which is not in the book sometimes. And I touch
Yes.
it and no, no, don't do that because it delays.
Yes. So much to
And
share.
I'm really thankful for their understanding. But now I never touch it anymore because I have my
Yes. Just get it
dotted
out there.
line.
Right.
Okay. Although my heart tells that no, there's still a lot. You have no, not in
Mhm.
one book only, or not only in this
For
book.
the next book. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe there will
wonderful.
be a series of that. Well,
Good.
I would like also to tell that, especially to our brothers and sisters in Spain, we are not against them. We are not against
Mhm.
Spain. We love them. We love their food. In fact, we eat a lot of their food here. We love
Yes.
their dance, their poetry, their language. Very
Yes.
romantic and like that. But of course, we don't like to be named after a horrible king, Philip II. And I
Yes.
think those who knows him, even the Spanish people, will not like him. So
Mhm.
especially us, that
Mhm.
we are still a slave to King Philip until today. Either you like it or
Yeah.
not. It's not in the physical, but in the mental level. Mental
Yes.
slavery
Mhm.
is still there. And that
Right.
is
The
more
conditioning.
hard to eliminate than the
Mhm.
physical, the
Yes.
mental, the psychological, the complexes is too hard.
Wow.
And that is why Maharlika is very important to manifest.
Yes. Oh, it's
But if King
so
Philip was
powerful.
really a good man, if he was a good man and he was really a liberator like Simon Bolivar, why not?
Mm.
So every Bolivian, they're proud that they are named after a liberator of South America,
Right.
Simon
Yeah.
Bolivar.
Mhm.
Why not? But
But not
King
King
Philip
Philip.
is, completely opposite than this
Yes.
great personality, and
Mhm.
were named after him. And Filipinos will always be a slave to
Right.
this very bad man.
Yeah. Well,
And of
this
course, our
is
struggle is
powerful.
not rebellious uh, or something anti-government. No, because it is also embedded in our Constitution,
Mhm.
1987 Constitution, Article 16, Section 2, that we have the right to change the country's name as long that majority likes it. And that is why we are really propagating, because
Yes. It's
everything will
important to
be
get this book out.
in due process. It will be constitutional. For example, even the Congress, the lower house, the Senate approves, and the president like it also. But at the end, there will be a national referendum.
Mhm.
Do the people, do the nation like this name?
Yes.
If
It's the
majority says, no, we like to become Filipinos because we like to become Filipinos. So you can never change. You
Yes,
have
there
to
is
follow the
this.
Constitution. And this
I
is
think the
important
moment
for
is
us
now.
to, yeah, this is why it is very important for us to spread the Maharlika consciousness as much as far as possible, far and wide, with each and
Yes.
every soul. Maharlikan soul will be able to understand the impact of this psychological exploitation that happens to us, that happens to our country and our nation.
Wow,
That's why it
absolutely.
is important
This
that
is
our
so
leaders
important.
should realize that they have to bring back the virtue and value and respect of the international community, like our forefathers before. You know, foreign traders will come, they will leave their goods, and they will come back after 3 months. Their goods were not there anymore, but the payment, they can get the payment in form of gold or silver. And that is why they respect our ancient, our forefathers.
Right. Wow. Well, I just want to thank you so much for getting all of this into a book and for all of the work that you're doing day in, day out. It's just absolutely powerful. It's beaming out of you. It's just, you have so much energy behind you right now. Like I keep mentioning, it just feels so powerful, this movement. And I'm excited to get this interview out there for everyone to find this and hear your message and read your book and join in and adapt this Maharlika consciousness. And my husband's family is Maharlikan. My daughter is Maharlikan as well. And just speaking
And you
about this
also,
with our yes, and speaking about this with our friends and family, there's so much excitement and just love and admiration for this movement. So it's absolutely powerful. And just want to thank you so much for sharing your message and for all the work that you're doing.
thank you very much also, Lisa, and all your team in the Radhaa Publishing House. I am really glad, and our nation is waiting for you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. It's truly an honor to sit down with you and to speak with you. And I hope to see you in person one day soon.
Yeah, I already invited you.
Yes, I know it'll happen. I know we'll be there in Maharlika.
Yeah, most welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you also for your time and this moment of sharing our ideas.
Thank you. Same to you. All right. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Much love.
Okay,
Goodbye.
same here. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.